Hello, everyone. I'm Loretta Shacklett, the founder of Simplify Senior Living, and I'm here today to share some suggestions for when someone with dementia says, I want to go home. Hearing someone say, I want to go home over and over again is something that Alzheimer's disease and dementia caregivers often deal with. It's especially frustrating to hear that when they're already home. But when someone has dementia, it simply doesn't work to use logic to explain that they are already home or that they can't go back to a previous home. Instead, it's more helpful to respond in a way that comforts and calms your older adult. I'd like to explain why someone would keep asking to go home and share three kind, soothing ways to respond that will help them let go of that idea. Alzheimer's disease and dementia damages the brain and causes a person to experience the world in a different way. So, what we hear as I want to go home is often a request for comfort rather than literally asking to go somewhere. The kindest thing that we can do is to meet them where they are, focus on comfort and reassurance, and respond to the emotions behind their request. The goal is to reduce your older adults' anxiety or fear so that they can let go of the idea. Helping them to calm down also gives you the chance to check if there's some discomfort or pain or physical needs that might be causing the behavior. Three kind, calming ways to respond to, I want to go home. These suggestions will put you on the right track. But remember, it's always a good idea to get creative and come up with responses on your own that are tailored for your older adult's history, personality, and preferences. The first is to reassure and comfort to validate their needs. Sometimes saying, I want to go home is how your older adult tells you that they're tense or anxious or scared or just in need of some extra comfort. By responding in a calm and positive manner, you'll validate their needs and feelings. And this always helps them feel understood and supported. Approach your older adult with a calm, soothing, and relaxed manner. If you remain calm, it often helps them calm down too. If they like hugs, this is a great time for one. Others may prefer gentle touching or stroking an arm or a shoulder, or simply coming and sitting down next to them. Another way of giving extra comfort or reassurance is to give them a soothing blanket or a therapy doll or a stuffed animal. The most important is to avoid reasoning and explanations. Trying to reason and logic isn't recommended when someone has a brain disease. It usually makes them feel more insistent or agitated or upset. Don't try to explain to them that they're in their own home or that assisted living is now their new home or that they moved 3 years ago. They're not able to process that information, and it will feel like you're not listening or you don't care or that you're stopping them from doing something that they feel is really important. The third is to validate, redirect, and distract. Being able to redirect and distract is a very, very effective dementia care technique. It's a skill that improves with practice, I promise. So don't feel discouraged if the first few attempts don't work perfectly. First, agree and validate. Agree by saying something like, okay, we'll go home soon. Or that's a good idea. We'll go home as soon as I clean up these dishes. This calms the situation because you're not telling them they're wrong. Next, redirect and distract. After agreeing, subtly redirect their attention. This redirection should lead into pleasant and distracting activities that take their minds away from wanting to go home. For example, you could gently take their elbow while saying, okay, we'll go home soon, I promise, and walk down the hallway together to a big window or the kitchen. Point out some beautiful birds or flowers outside, or offer a snack or a drink that you know they love. Later, casually shift to another activity that's part of their daily routine. Another example is saying, okay, let's get your sweater so you won't be cold when we go outside. Then when you're both walking to get the sweater and chatting about something new and something pleasant, stop for a cup of tea or get distracted in an activity that you know they enjoy. You can also always ask them about their home, and then after a while, guide the conversation to a more neutral topic. Asking about home validates their feelings. It encourages them to share positive memories, and it distracts them from their original goal of going home. Open questions that encourage them to share their thoughts usually work well. For an example, oh, your home sounds lovely. Tell me more about it. Or maybe, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get home? Or what's your favorite room in your house? Keep in mind that not everything you try will work the first time. And even if something works once, it might not work the next time. Remember, do your best, stay calm, flexible, and creative. This technique gets easier with practice. I hope these suggestions will be helpful for you and your loved one. I'm looking forward to our next meeting where I'll be sharing some really great information about managing the challenging symptoms of sundowning. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I look forward to our next meeting.